Hello again. Thank you for joining us. Today's word family is about being non-talkative. The words we'll be learning describe someone that's very stingy with their words and usually reply in a very quick and short manner. It consists of 10 key vocabulary words. That's the longest family we've done so far. The words are brevity, curt, concise, laconic, pithy, quiescent, reticent, succinct, taciturn, and terse. Whew! As always, we'll be building your memory palace by connecting the meaning of the words in today's word family to a wacky but memorable story. But before I share with all of you how to remember these talkative words, I encourage you to take some action. That does not require any talking. I encourage you to subscribe to my channel and give this video a thumbs up. The first word in this word family is brevity. Brevity sounds a lot like brave, and the sneaky test creators know that. Here is a typical vocabulary question. As you can see, courage is one of the answer choices. So many students fall for this trap and choose courage as an answer for brevity. Because you're watching this lesson, you're not going to be one of those students. Brevity, my friends, has nothing to do with being brave. Brevity is about being brief, short and to the point. You might even say that for brevity's sake, you're going to omit some details from the story. By the way, let's begin building our story. Let's imagine you have a childhood friend who is a singer and a songwriter. And just like a lot of creative people, he's not very talkative, unless he's on stage, of course. Your friend exclusively wears briefs, the short and snug type of underwear, when he's performing. How do you know that? Well, like I said, he only wears briefs, so no shorts and no pants, just underwear.
Oh no!
Your friend's short underwear, briefs, remind us of the first word, brevity. And it can also help us remember that brevity means short. But wearing underwear on stage is not the only peculiar thing about your friend. He also looks exactly like Kurt Cobain. And depending on how old you are, you may not know who Kurt Cobain was. So let me tell you. Kurt Cobain was a legendary American rock star from Nirvana. And he was probably my first serious crush. But here's the thing. Your friend's name is also Kurt, spelled differently, C-U-R-T. And his last name is not Cobain, but Concise. To remember concise, just think of an ice cream cone filled with ice. Concise. Your friend Kurt shows up. For some reason today, he's even less talkative than usual. You ask him, Kurt, what's up? To which he replies, lacking an icon. From which you infer that your friend is lacking being an icon and being an idol for his fans. Lacking and icon linked together give us our fourth word, laconic. Laconic means using very few words. Let's quickly recap again. The underwear, brevity. First name, Kurt. Last name, the ice cream filled with ice, concise. And lastly, lacking an icon, laconic. We have 6 more words to go, so let's get moving. Kurt then touches his pointy beard. His beard is made of pith, and pith is that white stuff in citrus. Therefore, you can call his beard pithy. Pithy means short and brief. Now we're getting to the point where the story takes a wacky turn. Please stay with me. Kurt gets quiet and feels the scent of his citrusy beard. Quiet and scent linked together give us the word quiescent or quiescent. Quiescent describes someone inactive, still, or dormant. Think of a quiescent volcano that is not talking and staying quiet right now. The story gets even more weird. After getting quiet and smelling the scent of his beard, Kurt then finds a gray hair in his beard and he pulls it out.
Ow!
He says that this gray hair is the evidence that he is retiring and his music will never be as good as 50 Cent.
Flowers, flowers, flowers everywhere. Flowers, flowers, flowers.
Retiring and scent linked together give us our next word, reticent. By the way, reticent is our 7th word. Reticent is an adjective that's used to describe someone who is reserved and someone who doesn't share thoughts and feelings readily. You might say that Kurt is a reticent person. To make sure that the connection is strong, I want you to think of someone in your life who is reserved and doesn't share their thoughts and feelings willingly, and think of them as reticent. Kurt gets so upset that he takes the gray hair and he throws it under the sink. Sink remind us about our 8th word, succinct. You may also hear a different pronunciation, succinct. Both pronunciations are fine. After throwing the hair under the sink, succinct, Kurt runs into your bedroom and throws himself onto your bed and starts tossing and turning, tossing and turning. Tossing and turning sounds like our next word, taciturn. He's tossing and turning with his torso, which sounds very much like our last word, terse. There you have it. All 10 words. Brevity, curt, concise, laconic, pithy, quiescent, reticent, succinct, taciturn, and terse. You can't help but notice that after P, all the words kind of go in the alphabetical order. P, Q, R, S, T. I have to tell you, I have set it up that way. This acronym may help you remember all the words. For now, you know the drill. Let's put your notes away and let's try to list the words from top to bottom. Did you get lost? If you did, you may want to watch the video one more time. But if you didn't, let's now list the words from bottom to top. As always, let's take a look how some other people that you may have heard of use words from our word family.
Of this vector X, but I won't cover that in this video just for brevity. But
Not so great when your colleague down the hall sends you a curt email.
Shorter and smarter and more concise, which means
laconic.
Correct.
And it's a great, I think it's a great, pithy statement of.
And people may be quiescent, but they're not that quiescent. This
may have been reticent over the last several years. I'll try to be relatively succinct.
I'm taciturn.
This is very unlike him. He is a terse dude.
Many of you recognize the first clip. It was by Sel Khan from Khan Academy. He was using the word brevity. And then there was Obama there again with reticent and succinct. And lastly, there was Tim Ferriss describing one of his favorite authors as a terse dude. Now, I encourage you to casually drop these words into your conversations. Is your friend sending you a terse text message? Are you looking for a succinct caption for your Instagram post? Pay attention to the way others react when you say those words, and don't be taciturn. Let us know how it goes. You can find us on Snapchat, Instagram, and Facebook. Our ID is the same everywhere, Seberson Method.